Hey everyone, how you going? Hopefully well. A lot of chatter early regarding the music. Thank you to Harris Heller and his free Spotify mix. I'm into it, but yes, definite Halloween slash old school Goosebumps slash 80s horror movie vibes, that's for sure. We got a nice strong house early. We got T-Bone who was in here early. Thirsty Rabbit, thanks to you. In really active in the chat. Good to see you, Thirsty Rabbit, up and about this morning. For those of you that aren't aware, Thirsty Rabbit is, I think, like 15 subscribers away from 1,000. So, who's got a wrench? Leftmeister, when you finish your dinner, if you could assist in that regard, that would be good. Otherwise, I can. But we got to get all the pleasantries done first before we get started to think about links and whatnot. Lazarus, the fish boy, is up early. G'day to you, Laz. DWS Aqua, how you going, DWS? Daniel M, how you going, Daniel M? Greg Farr, hello to you, sir. Colour Guppies, good to see Colour Guppies. Lee Wilcox, here to cause trouble, no doubt. Good morning to you, Lee Wilcox. Shep's Aquatics is up early. How you going, Shep? Good to see you as well. Paul's Aquatics as well. I didn't forget about you. Don't worry. Hello to you, Paul's Aquatics. And Michael Nachos. I don't know. Hello, Michael Eminem from New Jersey in America. I have a son named Blake. Well, I bet he is a genius. I don't know, but yeah. I gotta say, when I was younger, I wasn't that flash into the name because, you know, there wasn't exactly an influx of Blakes in the classroom, but I've come around to it as I've aged. Temper Tom Fishing. Good morning, Temper Tom. Rodders 1203. How you going, Rodders? Hopefully that's not your PIN number, but I'm sure it's not. I'm sure it's March, December, 3rd of December, something like that. Good stuff, T-Bone. We'll get him there. Tight lines, Tom. Yes, I've spoken about this before. Not sure if anyone was there for that. You know how fishing hobbies have tight lines as a saying? Like, as in, you know, tight lines means catch fish, essentially. We should have a saying in the fish keeping hobby. I'm not sure exactly what that is. Like, you know, wet elbows or something. What's something that's good about, you know, full breeding tanks? I don't know the exact response. And we did throw around a few ideas with, shall we say, limited success. But if you can think up a good saying across the board, you know, algae free or something like that. I don't know the answer. But that would be good to come up with something like that, something universal that even if people aren't familiar with this saying, then, you know, they'll know what it means. Sorry, I'm rambling a little bit because I can't do two things at once. I'm just collecting this. There we go. So, yeah, check out Thirsty Rabbit. He's super close to 1,000. I'd love to be able to help get him there. And, yeah, he's just a great Aussie bloke. I would say a bit of a different style to me. I'm sure he'd agree with that. So he's 13 away from 1,000. So there is a potential that we get him there today. That would be great. But I'm sure there's a fair bit of crossover as well. But one of the absolute best blokes in the biz. And yeah, really fun videos. Very much sort of, yeah, not as structured as I am. He's very much like just point and shoot. And this is what's going on. So it's good to have different styles and mix it up as well. So you might be interested in that, and can recommend as one of the all-time great blokes. Fatherfish has Keep It Dirted. Keep It Dirted is not bad. Not bad. But it kind of sounds like Keep It Dirty. You know, like I get a mental image of like an Oscar in a 10-gallon and it's all it's all just covered in diatoms and stuff. Tight Lids is good. Tight Lids is good because we've all had the escape artist fish. Laz, yeah, fair call. Yeah, Thirsty, I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing that, you know, not quote unquote professional or whatever. If if everyone was the same, YouTube would be fairly boring. So I have to say that I quite like a lot of the because we all talk, the Australians, we talk off YouTube. So I do enjoy watching all my mates now, their videos. So people like Thirsty and Bodgy and Rumble and Josh from Aquamade and Dr. Black as well. And sure I'm forgetting some. Oh, and Shep. And we're all very different, and we're all into very different things. So it's good. Variety is the spice of life, they say. So yeah, I actually really enjoy that. We're not all the same. Okay. I've missed a few people as well, so apologize for that. But Yashtag777 is here as well, and looks like we can queue up a bit of a game of Among Us in the near future. Yashtag, that'll be exciting. What type of fish escape? Most types of fish escape, I've got to say. Yeah, there's not, I don't believe, a true fish that is never going to jump. Sometimes they jump once a month, sometimes they jump once a day. You just never exactly, I would say you can never guarantee that a fish won't jump. So it's always buyer beware, I guess. Yeah. They all have, just trying to think, they all have the capacity to jump. Maybe the safest option would be like a bristlenose pleco or something like that. Obviously, the bigger they are, well, that's not necessarily true either, because I was going to say the bigger they are, the more weight they've got to get out of the water. But I did have a 35 centimeter Oscar, or over a foot Oscar, jumped out, and I had a lid on the tank as well, and he jumped, smashed the lid, and was on the floor. So any fish can jump, especially top dwellers, renowned for jumping. Tight lids is good. Yeah, tight lids, and I guess it does have that correlation to fishing, and there's a fair bit of crossover with these two hobbies as well. Alright, we're going to roll with tight lids, so you'll see me spruiking that across the internet. Let's make it a thing. Okie dokie. Put a small abalone shell in my freshwater 10 gallon. Feel like a saltwater poser. I like it, Paul. We'll get him. Big J's Fish Keeper. How you going, Big J? Just had albino Cory babies hatch yesterday. Oh, that's cool. If you've got a microworm culture, that'll really help. Corys love worms. So a lot of people confuse Corys as algae eaters. They're actually not. They're more detritivores, but all Corys love all worms. So worms are good, and microworms are particularly good because they sink down to the bottom. Vinegar eels less so because they stay at the top. There's plenty of other types of worms too, banana worms, grindle worms and such, but yeah, I'd give microworms a go early days. And I find that live feedings, this is fry across the board. I like to feed at least 2 or 3 times live foods to the fry, because if you try and offer up powdered foods immediately, I find that instinctively they might not go for a food. But if there's what's the word? There's a word for what these little worms are. Anyway, it's gone. But if a moving, basically, prey, if moving prey goes in front of them, then instinctively they go to eat it. And then once there's food in the belly, you have a bit more time to experiment with powdered foods and things like that. So I would suggest you have a lot more success with any fry if your first few feedings are live. Okie dokie. Kendrick, how you going? Any advice for hemorrhage in fish? Yikes. Hemorrhage. No, can't say I've ever come across that. Hemorrhage. I'm going to need a bit more information. How does that even happen, Kendrick? Invertebrate? No. Nematode. That's what I was thinking of. Nematode. Nematode? Nematode. One of them. Hikari First Bites worked for me with supplementary brine shrimp. Yeah, First Bites is a good one. I actually have a one of those red condiment bottles, basically similar to the Aquarium Co-op fry food squeezy bottle, and I just mix up a bunch of foods in there. I have Hikari First Bites is in there. I have New Life Spectrum Grow. I put just spirulina powder in there. And also, another life hack, I guess, is that a lot of saltwater coral foods are really just powderized krill. So, yeah, I use things like, what's it called? Hikari. It comes in a purple bag, and it's meant to feed to zoanthids and things like that. So also give coral foods a go. For most of the time they're just powderized krill, algae and good stuff. So don't be scared to pick those up, and you know it's designed to be super fine so that corals can pull it out of the water column. So give that a whirl. Internet says so. Red streaks suddenly appeared. Red streaks suddenly appeared. Are you sure that maybe it didn't just rest on the heater and it's just got a bit of a burn? Red streaks. Yeah, that's a new one for me, Kendrick. I'm not really sure. Can't say I've come across that, unfortunately, or fortunately. Fortunately for me, unfortunately for you, I suppose. I've never had the time for live food, but I will pulverize brine shrimp flakes. Works well. That's an interesting one I find as well. Like, for example, with my microworm culture, like I only have to refresh it once every 2 months or so. So there's no work required. I just sit it on top of one of my aquariums. It gets the light and the radiant heat off the aquarium. So seems to work okay. I have the same red bottle. Yeah, nice one, Jesse. Also, good morning to you. You're up early. Coral Delight. Yeah, that's the one. Coralific Delight. Yes, nice one. Thanks for that, Big J and Yashtag. That's a good one. It is a bit bigger. If you have the money, Reef Roids is another good one, and that's way finer than Coralific Delight. But it's a bit spendy, so you gotta weigh that up. Oh yeah, that's a good point. Red streaks could be Camellanus worms, maybe. Or anyway, I'm not really sure. Sorry, it would just be a best guess. Bagging fish, always up early. Yep, been there. Hey Chubbs as well. How you going, Chubbs? Good stuff. Well, we might roll into the game because we can continue this talking whilst the game's going on, because otherwise we'll run out of time, as we tend to do on these things. We got a fun one today. I'm excited about it. My favorite, not genus, my favorite family of fish, the Melanotanidae. So, true rainbow fish. I should stop that. That's going to be noisy. I can't have things around me, or I fiddle with them too much. New Life Spectrum Grow is pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty pricey. Oh, the other one is it's a Sarah one, Micron. Yeah, Sarah Micron. And being a rainbow fish guy, I guess, and on the topic of rainbow fish, I'm really annoyed that in Australia we don't have golden pearls, because I've heard that's a great one for rainbow fish and one of the smallest powdered foods you can get. So we don't have that. So yeah, I have to use vinegar eels. Mainstails, fur and fins. Good morning to you. And also I should just recognize as well, we've got some fantastic variety happening here with the little awesome fish bowls. We've got a lot of guppies in the fish bowl there. We've got I just noticed the cherry shrimp on you there, mainstails, furs and fins, and got a few empty fish bowls as well. So good to see that action happening. And yeah, feel free to use your custom emojis, memberinos. Why not use them while you got them? Oh, Nano Tanks has golden pearls. Cool. But yeah, I love live cultures. I could definitely see myself going down the rabbit hole there, because they are super easy. For example, the vinegar eels one, I do absolutely nothing with it, and just top it up with tank water until vinegar eels stop appearing in the top half of the bottle that I've got it in. The microworms, I just replace the culture every 2 months or so. You just basically take the mushy old culture and pour it on the top of a new carbohydrate. And baby brine shrimp I hatch every day, but there's no substitute for them. And the other culture I'm going to start up this week is a live blackworm culture. So I'll do a video on that, and should be interesting because I'm going to get the live blackworms happening. Hopefully we'll breed these pea puffers with them, and yeah, we'll see what happens. Yes, good stuff, DWS. I don't know how long you have to be to have a Bozeman eye in the bowl, but maybe 6 months or something like that. Couple of peacock gudgeon fry that evaded the net in my densely planted data tank are almost half as large as those I feed frozen brine shrimp and ceramicron. They're finding something. Yeah, I have a similar thing. My Epistrogramma McMaster eye, I have a hang-on breeder box on the front, and that has Epistrogramma agassizii fry in it, and it overflowed one day, and I panicked, but there was plenty of agassizii still in there. I was like, oh well, I guess any that went over the top got eaten by the McMaster eye. But then I saw 2 or 3 darting around in there the other day, so I'm excited that they didn't get eaten and that they've been swift enough to get away. So that's been good. Nice. Yeah, there's some custom emojis there. I think we've got enough members to add some more, but I'm not exactly sure what to add. So if you got any suggestions there, go for it. I like red plants. G'day to you. Logging on. Second screen here. Nicely done. Nicely done. Chevy Birkinshaw as well. How you going, Chevy? Million and Sons. Good to see you as well. I read your comment. Leo Contreras. Sorry about that. Leo Contreras. Blake, your summer season started already. Given my attire, not quite. It is freezing cold this morning, so my ponds are all set up, ready to go, but the weather needs to get there first. Okie doke. So, if you're not familiar with this game, we have a large picture there. I'll bring up a small picture. Actually, this week I think it's up the top corner up there, and we're going to place it on this chart here. So, classic schoolyard grading system. A is good, you'll show your parents. F is quickly hide it in the trash before anyone finds out, because y'all's going to be in trouble. S we reserve for superior fish. So the other thing is occasionally people decide to super chat and they get to put a fish wherever they want on the chart. So this ranking game is led by you, all by you, so you get all the say, and I don't interfere, and that's pretty much how it goes. I'll give a little bit of info about each one, my experience, but yeah, it should be fun. Take it with a grain of salt, don't get too serious about it, and yeah, you don't have to be like an expert on any of the fish. Whoop, Million and Sons becomes a member. Berta's doing a flip. Whoa, it made it. Good job, and thank you, Million and Sons. I hope you enjoy that there. I've been doing one video a week as a behind the scenes, and I do want to start doing more polls and things like that, so I'll consider that. But great to have you on board. Yeah, freezing cold in Australia is about 26. I wish. Actually, no, I don't wish, to be honest. No, I think it's about 7 or 6 degrees this morning. Yeah. AKA UK summer. Hey Craig, how you going, mate? Thanks for popping by, I appreciate it. Okay, so what do we have here? I believe this one is, where is it? That one there. It is, it matches. That's a good test for me. Okay, so this one here we have first is the Murray River Rainbowfish, or the Eastern Rainbowfish. And the great thing about these guys are that they can be kept in a cold water environment, so you don't need to heat these guys. They're super hardy, and they'll take a while to get their coloration, but in good condition they can look like this, nice green yellow sheens to them, and overall a really nice fish. As with most rainbow fish, they're gonna get, how big? Like that big. What's that big? Like 5 inches or so. Be really active and really peaceful. Go great along a planted tank, and in case you're not aware, they're a spawning mop breeder. So yeah, the thing about most rainbow fish as well is that the fry are super tiny, so it's easy to get eggs and hatch them out. You can harvest eggs every single day, but it's raising the fry that is a bit of a challenge. So let me know down below. Just place a letter in the comments or in the chat where you would like the Murray River rainbowfish to be placed on this chart. We have about 20 to get through today, so I'll try and manage the time, although I've already taken up a third of the time here with my nonsense. Alright. F will make a good B with the right doctrine, yeah. Hey Mary Page Flynn, good morning. Good to see you. 7 or 6, yeah, I have to admit that is cold, yeah. Foxy's Fishes, good day to you. Good to see you. Alrighty. I have not, but I've heard that if you have a tank or two, most people tell me that's a super high rate of success compared to others. 70% hatch rate. BJ asked a question. Seems. I want to try that little black spaceship shaped branch room hatchery. Anyone try that? Oh, Dan Keeping Fish has one of those and he loves it. Yeah, I'd believe him. He seems like a switched on operator as well. So, Dan Keeping Fish is probably the one to talk to there. Greg Farr with an A, Thirsty with an A, Paul's Aquatics with a B, Shep S, Chubbs B, DWS A, Foxy B, Rodders B, Lazarus A. Good stuff. A, B, 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 A. Alright, so first one on the list, I would say probably averages out to a B. Potential subliminal messaging there because I already had it in the B. Okay, Dwarf Neon Rainbows is getting weaker and weaker by the day and their belly is getting shrink. I'm feeding them well. I couldn't figure out why it's happening. It might be worthwhile deworming them. I won't read your screen name. That's a bold move, but anyway, yeah, I'd deworm them because they might have an internal parasite there. Shove. Okay. Think and try a little hatchery. Yeah, definitely give it a go. Next one on the list. Oh, this is going to be a real test. I believe this is the Niagarans. Yep, it is. So, also known as the black banded rainbow. These guys are prolific in the northern parts of eastern Australia. I have some of them, and they get some awesome blue sheens to them. Black banded rainbow because they have a black stripe along the body. And these were the first rainbow fishes that I ever successfully raised. So, pretty stoked about that. A bit smaller than other rainbow fish, very slender. Yeah, probably around the 5-inch, 4.5 to 5-inch mark. Yeah, great little fish though. And one that's not as common, and that's mainly because I believe they're hard to sell in shops because young, they just don't really look that good. They look plain with a black line through them, so they take a while to turn into this swan that you see in front of you. Yep, good stuff. T-bone with the A. Everybody's thinking it over by the sounds of it. Otherwise, T-bone, you might get 100% of the say. Not quite. So Thirsty Rabbit with the B, Chubbs with the C, Greg with the C, Lee with the B, BJ A, B, S. We're around here. Also, you'll notice that I've covered up most of the E and F, and that's because I believe that not many people will rank rainbow fish too low. Alright, so I think we probably land in the B again, which, you know, makes sense. Alright, let's have a bit of a change of pace because these two fish people might not be familiar with. So we got with the classic here, Dwarf Neon Rainbow Fish, or the Praecox Rainbow Fish. Being a Dwarf Neon Rainbow Fish, they'll be a bit smaller. 3-foot tank will comfortably house about 6 of these. Being a rainbow fish though, always recommend more than that, but it can be done. Easy to determine their sex. Males have red fins and females yellow fins. Females will be also less neon color, but a great choice. A bit more of a, it's the opposite to narrow, wider fish, so they'll grow quite tall, but praycocks are pretty cool. You can see why they're, I'd suggest, what would they be? Probably the second most popular rainbow fish in the hobby. Yeah, and there's a reason why. They're from Papua New Guinea, not actually Australian. A lot of people think they are, but yeah, they're from PNG. Alrighty, now this is a dilemma. I have switched them over too quickly, so I'll have to determine which one's which. But I believe DWS had the first one for the praycocks. SSSBAAAA SSSAA. Ooh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 versus 3, 6, 7. Alright, we're in the A. We're in the A mark here. Yeah, also definitely was enjoying all those questions that were flying through before, so if you have more questions, then don't feel like you can't ask them just because this is going on as well. Happy to be derailed anytime. Yeah, nicely done. So we've got an A happening here. Had to go clean the shark tank there, thirsty. The Zen Ginger in the house. Morning. Mandy, how you going? Good to see you. Alrighty. Welcome to Rainbow Fish Madness. So far we have only had rainbow fish. There are also Pseudomugils and a few other things thrown into this list, so hence the thumbnail, but we'll see what comes of that. Alright, next one on the list here. Recently dethroned as the smallest rainbow fish. This is the pygmy rainbow fish, Melanonia pygmea. Yeah, their maximum size is like that. What's that, like 2 to 3 inches, something like that. Powder blue color. The males will also get sort of an orange edge to their fins as well, but a lot of people don't really like the shape of them. The males get a bit of a hump on their head, and they look a bit sardine-ish, I reckon. But I do have one that I got as a sneaky fish that came in with an order of Pseudomugils, so that can happen at times. But pygmea rainbow fish, a nice smaller option if you don't have big tanks. I have fry galore in my 50 gal. Mollies, platies, guppies. Why are none of the adults going for them? Lee, you're probably feeding the adults plenty. To be honest, if they're not hungry, they won't go for it. And just like humans, you know, if you serve it up on a platter, then they're not going to go out and hunt down a wildebeest, are they? So if they can get some pellets and flakes dropped on in front of their eyes, then they're not going to bother chasing a little fry around the tank, I would suggest. They look like humongous monster fish in this photo. Yeah, it is definitely a close-up. They're tiny. Good stuff. See, alright. Looks like we got a good spread so far on this board. That's good to see. I don't mind the pygmea in the sea. I believe that's the consensus was last time as well. In a D. Never seen where they from. See, pygmy. I think the pygmea are from New Guinea as well, but they could be from somewhere else. I'd have to Google it though. Might be from. I'm gonna have to Google this now. Pygmy rainbow. Where are they from? Australia, mate. So they must be from the top end of Australia. Distribution: Prince Regent River, West Kimberley, and northwestern Australia. There you go. Oh yeah, that's right. There's a tiny little pocket in WA where they're from. Okie dokie. This one here is the red rainbowfish. It looks a bit ballooned from the photo, but that's just how it's been stretched. So don't take too much into that. Yeah, red rainbowfish, the Irian red rainbowfish. The females will get a brown color and they'll have these silver scales through the middle, which you can see. Oh, wrong side. Which you can see right there. The males will one day just turn on this iridescent red, super bright orange color, and yeah, they'll really show up pretty well. But it's so bright it almost looks like fake. It kind of, it could be a glowfish, but yeah. So the red rainbowfish, they do definitely get the hump on their head, and they've got more of a pointy face. So a lot of people don't really like the shape of them, but they'll definitely get pretty big too. So you want to keep a 4 or 5 foot aquarium for these guys. Yeah, they're on the way. They're on the way. I think this has gone mostly in alphabetical order so far. So we need the alphabet to be on our side to mix in a few more of these Pseudomugils. But I can see one coming up in 2 fishes time. So hold tight, Mr. Left. Alright, what's happening here? Okay, I have a question. How come some of my guppies are staying very small, the other ones are growing to normal guppy size, but some are just tiny and staying that way? Depending on the strain, you might find that there's some Endler mixed in there, and those ones are strong in the Endler genes as well. So, for example, my koi tuxedos, they have Endler genes in them to keep them smaller, similar to panda guppies. So I'm not sure which ones you have, but some of them have been mixed in with Endlers along the journey. Pat and Jess. I wouldn't date it, but if my pal introduced her to me, I would say she's a C. That's not bad. Not like my kid, she will eat after full, yeah. My kids are bottomless pits too. D, but you say the picture is bad. Yeah, how can I show this a bit better? I can't because now the aspect ratio's locked. Yeah, that's my bad. I'm giving the red rainbowfish a bad rap here. FDDDBS. It's a pumpkin fish. D looks too goldfishy. Yep. DCD. F for ugly. BA. Just going to say happy birthday to Vinny. Nicely done. Alrighty, so we ended up in probably the D. That's okay. Go down a bit. There. Alright, so we got something different next, I think. Alright, see, if you're not familiar, these are known as ornate Radonocentris. These are rads. They're not exactly rainbowfish, they're not exactly Pseudomugils, they're in a different family of their own. Oh, I've got a sneeze coming again. There we go. So rads are kind of cool, and they have different colours depending on which river they're from. So these ones could be, like a TY creek or a scrubby creek, and then there's other ones that have blue and yellow, similar to a Bozeman-eyed rainbowfish. What's that creek called? I can't remember, but there's all sorts of different colours. Mainly there's 4, and they just have varying amounts of... Yeah, I mean, they look totally different if they're from different areas, so really cool. Smaller, once again, so probably 3 inches tops. Super peaceful again, so they're a great option instead of tetras. And yeah, just an all-round awesome fish. I've had 2 for ages. Keep them in my McMaster tank and absolutely love them. Didn't realise there were so many. There's heaps. The list goes on forever. Thank you. Thanks everyone. I'd love to see them with Luminitis if they're a different species. Yeah, they shouldn't interbreed, so yeah. Never heard of, but A for sure. I like it. Hey Amy, Sand Creek Aquatics 2, good to see you. Holy Gibbs, how you going as well? Nicely done. Alright. A-A-S-B-A-A. A-B. Lots of A's. I think that's pretty well confirms that one. There we go. Alright. Lefty, are you watching? Because your dream has come true. We have our first Pseudomugil on our list here. This is the spotted blue-eye Pseudomugil Gertrude. Awesome little fish. So the deal with Pseudomugils are that they're pretty small, pretty slender, and they're not actually rainbow fish. So they're under the family, but they're not. Wait, they're under the genus, but they're not in the family, or something like that. These guys are from northern Queensland, I believe. Gertrudes. Nah, they're not. I lied. They're from Papua New Guinea. Aru Islands, I believe. Ugh, I'm going to have to Google this now. But I think they're from the Aru Islands. Pseudo Gertrude. Origin. Where are they from? Not the name origin. Okay, I lied again. They're from the very top of Queensland and the very top of Northern Territory. I thought they were from Aru Islands. Anyway, that's really not the point. So, the deal with Pseudomugil Gertrude, they have quite exquisite finnage. You can get different types depending on where they're from. So some are going to have more of an orange body, but some will have powder blue. Really nice looking fish, bright blue eye, as all the Pseudomugils have, hence the common name blue eyes. And really peaceful, go good in any tank really. Just make sure that you keep them with things that aren't going to tear up those fins, or yeah, they're quite timid as well, so you don't want something that's going to hog the food and starve them out over time either. Is that pumpkin fish a good community fish? I want one, reminds me of my blood parrot. Absolutely, yeah. You'll never have any dramas with him. Let me see. I will just jump back for 1 second. Because I think... Is there one in there? No, that's the wrong tank. Alright, see all these brown fish? Those are the females. Those are the females. There is a male in there somewhere. This could be later in the day because the colours do get more subtle as the day goes on, so maybe that one over here is the male and he's just turned his colours down because he's getting ready, getting ready to settle down for the evening. But yeah, they go super well in a community, no probs at all. But yeah, I've got 10 Pseudomugil Gertrude. I'll get them out in a pond this year and we'll try and increase those numbers. Oh, T-bone, that's no good. I hope that sorts itself out. Nice. G'day, lazy fish keeper from South Carolina. Hardy ho to you indeed. Alright, so interesting one. Lefty with an S. A S S S A B A A A A. Interesting. I think we're probably in the A. Close though. Close. BJ will be looking for them too. Any in the family? Well, there's a few good options which we'll come across shortly. Good to have you, Herp. You've been very active in the Blake's Aquatics Discord as well. Been great hanging out in the Discord. Pretty much in there all day, every day, and it's a lot of good fun. We play games and do all sorts of stuff in there. So I should, if anybody does Discord, it's a good way to, share your tanks or ask any fish keeping questions. Just generally hang out, and yeah, it's great for me because instead of see, I can't do things again. No limit. Generate a new link. Okay. Because instead of having a bunch of people ask me the same question over and over. Ah, Lefty, you're too quick. You're too quick. Does that generate an invite link too? You're the Discord expert. I don't know that much about it, but yeah, it's kind of just consider it somewhat of a forum, and yeah, it's great to see people's tanks and get to know people as well outside of fish. So we've been talking about, you know, barbecuing and stuff, and all sorts of stuff in there. So it's good hanging out. Anyway, we digress. Holy moly, it's already 40 past. Okay. Thread fin rainbows. Eriathrina werneri? That's a guess. Eriathrina werneri. These, once again, similar to the rads, they sit in their own little family. So they're not Pseudomugils, they're not rainbowfish, but they're pretty cool. Threadfin rainbows, you want to be careful about, you know, keeping things with them, because those big, long thread fins are a bit of a target for bullying. So be mindful of that. But interesting looking fish, definitely exquisite. Once again, early days they'll be sort of a silver fish, and they won't look like this photo here. But if you catch them in the act of showing off to the ladies, then you'll get a really interesting show, and can be pretty cool. Well, it took me 10 years to learn how to take care of a fish. It's okay. We all keep the goldfish in a bowl on the rainbow gravel at some point in our lives. Alrighty. Yes, we've done it, Laz. So yeah, thread fins are kind of cool. I haven't kept them yet, but I will one day. What do we think about thread fins? Alright, we got SAAA, SASA. Okay, that's close, but it's still an A. I've been fish keeping since 1994, and I'm still learning. Yep. That's a good thing about the hobby, I think, is, and we will talk about this in the Discord. Let's talk about the thing I love about the hobby is there's nobody who's an expert on everything. So it's a hobby that really encourages collaborative learning and making connections, because you might have the subject matter experts, like obviously Corey with live barriers, and other things too, where you have, you know, no other examples come to mind, but yeah, there's people who are killifish experts, there's people who are rainbowfish, or Bentley's a rainbowfish expert, or Gary Lang, and nobody is an expert on everything fish. And then I like to think that I sort of sit in the middle, where I know general rules about most things, but I'm not really specialized yet. I haven't found that specialization. I'm mainly just sort of focus on variety and being a jack of all trades but an expert of none, really. So that's what I like about the hobby. Okay, we're back on the train. This is a Melanitania lacustris, the turquoise rainbowfish. Funnily enough, a bright turquoise color, but turquoise rainbows are really cool because females and males both really nicely colored. So females will have more of a white undertones with a pale blue sheen, really nice color in itself, and then the males will be greeny blue turquoise color, really nice, great option. If you can only keep one species of rainbowfish in a tank for some reason, my bet would be the turquoise rainbowfish. I'm a big fan, and I've got a bunch of them, 6, something like that. Plants. See, I'm not a plant expert at all. There's plenty of people that know a lot more about plants than me. I love all animals except mosquitoes. I'm sure mosquitoes have killed more humans than any other animal on the planet. I'm pretty sure that's a thing. Alrighty. Threadfins are awesome with dwarf emerald rasboras. Yeah, cool. E from Lefty, not a fan of the Turks. Let me know why. That's interesting. B's and C's. 4 B's, 3 C's, and an E, so you probably get bumped down to there, Mr. Turquoise. I do keep a lot of things, but I'll definitely specialize in either in Endler Guppy hybrids, yeah. And nobody has to specialize in anything either. T-bone. T-bone. I have an interesting history with keeping fish simple. So, yes, I'm aware, but I'm not a follower. Okay. S, they look amazing in the coat of blue. Yep. I reckon you should get them. A, I just thought I was keeping fish since 1980. I was torturing them. Then I met Fish Fam and learned so much. Yep. Yeah, it's hard because they don't exactly let you know often what you can and cannot be doing better. Alright, so we've got a couple of late S's, which bumps it up. I was fairly easily convinced to bump them up too, just quietly. Next, oh, this is an interesting one. Where is it? Where is it? Up here. The GorillaPod? Yeah, Wanamensis. Awesome fish. Really unique coloration, emerald color. They get nice long finnage as well, you might notice from the photo there, but one of the most sought after rainbow fish in the hobby is the GorillaPod Wanamensis. And yeah, just totally unique from any other fish, and yeah, they basically have every color of the rainbow in their fins, so in their scales. Okie dokie. 8 months since meeting you, Holly, and 8 months of success. Good, that's a good ratio. The black is a whole different amazing look than the previous. Yeah, and these guys are totally unique to any other rainbow fish, that's for sure. They will cost you an arm and leg to get them though. Definitely super cool, but just about impossible to find in the USA. Yeah, that's the downside. Even here they're impossible to find. And they get snatched up super quickly. SFSAA FBSBA. Wow, that's a bit of a mixed bag. What do we think? Probably a B. B. That's a bit of a guess though. Alright, we have here a balloon rainbow fish. So yes, unfortunately somebody has decided to create balloon rainbow fish. This is one of them. This is a balloon Splendida rainbow fish. I've got to sneeze again. Do I? Yeah, you know my thoughts on balloon rainbow fish, but there's balloon Bozeman eye rainbow fish, balloon red rainbow fish, and balloon Splendida rainbow fish. They're just like a normal rainbow fish except ruined. The thing about balloons, if you're not aware why people are so against balloon fish, it's because oftentimes internally, like externally, sure it looks like a different shape, but internally all their organs are compressed in different areas and just not structured the way that a fish should be structured. So they do have a lot of discomfort and a lot of issues in actually growing. So good to see everyone consistent in their view here with the balloon rainbow fish. And I think what's that? Yep. Okay. Alright. So my friend Hank just wants to say something.
Loser! You're a loser! Are you feeling sorry for yourself? Well, you should be, because you are dirt! You make me sick, you big baby!
That was a bit harsh, Hank, but you know, I don't disagree, to be honest. It's not the balloon's fault though that somebody decided to play mad scientist one day though. Next rainbow fish here is what Bentley Pascoe refers to as the party animal. This is the Blaherite, Rainbowfish, and apparently they can be a real color animal when they want to be. So I personally haven't seen it in real life, so it's hard for me to pump them up too much, but apparently these are one of the most colorful fish when courting. So yeah, that's right, Lee. Why do people do this to beautiful creatures? I do not know, BJ. It's funny as well, you know, like it's not as if there's already 20,000 different types of fish you could get, but we have to make it. If I bred and happened to raise one, I would not cull it, but I would not let it breed. That is cool. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, it's okay, Mary. No props at all. Yeah, they're pretty cool. Alrighty. DEBACBCBAD. That's a mixed bag as well. Probably we have to make a snap decision here. We had A's and B's and C's and D's. Probably a B then. Alright, I'm feeling the time pressure here. Just quietly. Got a few to... Alright, this one should be fairly easy. The most popular rainbow fish there is the Bozeman. Zen will be happy that I'm pronouncing it Bozeman. Sorry. So yeah, Bozeman rainbow fish, two-tone, look like they're a blue fish that somebody dipped in yellow paint. They can also... Can I play that as a tune? What? What was I about to say? I've lost my track of thought there. I don't know what you're talking about. Dogs too, the pug for example, and the British Bulldog. Yeah, they do have terrible breathing issues. Yeah. But they're so cute though, Lee. Who could say no? You need to do another rainbow fish care guide. Ah, potentially. Potentially. Today I'll be making about 5 videos after the stream, so could be one of them. Alrighty. Where do we think about the Bozeman? Even the females will be yellow and blue, just a bit more subdued. SS. C. SS. Is it their first S for the day? It's close. It's close. Gunshot jump. That is good. It's close. It's close. The C's and the B's are probably... I think we probably have to do it. There's no more time for deliberation. We just have to do it. Bozeman rainbow fish. Congratulations. The first S tier for the evening, and a natural uninterfered one at that. Congratulations, Bozeman rainbow fish. If you haven't seen mine before, I shall show you. Let me make sure that's off. Where is it? Where is it? There they are. Look at them. Look at them. I don't know how many I have. 8? I think there's 8. Anyway, cool fish. Next. Alright, we got another Pseudomugil. We've got the Furcatus, the fork-tail blue eye. Really canary yellow fins. Pom-poms out the front, hanging out, doing that. And bright blue eye once again. Bigger fish than most other of the Pseudomugils, so that's worth considering as well. But yeah, yellow and blue. What can go wrong, really? Pretty safe choice. Lefty. That's very funny. I like it though. Great meme value there. Lefty, as requested. Too many S's. Move the Bozeman down to an A. I like it. Good stuff. Thanks for the $2. Appreciate that. And good stuff. Plus, some of the dogs require C-sections to deliver pups. Yeah, we don't want to be doing that sort of stuff. Okie doke. Furcatus Rainbow. AASA. A. CB's blah 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 blah. A. Bunch of S's. Party animal S. Well, I don't think we got to the S. Potentially we got to the A. Yeah, we got to the A, I think. There we go. Alrighty, this rainbow fish here is the Goldie-eyed Decai rainbow fish. Goldie-eyed Decai. Looks like we're not going to make it through here. Oh, maybe. We have to fly through 6 in 5 minutes. Let's do it. 1 minute's time. Goldie-eyed Decai. Blue rainbow fish. We got red finnage out the back. Pretty cool. What are we thinking about Goldie-eyed Decais? I used to have one of these, but disappeared when I moved to my 90 litre. Yes. I did hear about your Facata rainbow facating right out of the top of the tank, Laz. That's unfortunate. And it is a valid point. All of these rainbow fish on the list here, tight lids everyone. Make sure there's no gaps. Even a corner, because all of them will rocket straight out the top. Alright, ADB, B, C, S, A, A, B, C, B, 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 B. Alright, we are probably B with that one. Alright, very apt music here. We're gonna get our skates on here. We have Goida River Rainbow. What's Goida River? Trifasciata, I think. Nah, that can't be right. Anyway, really nice coloration. You got lilac-y sort of tones through there. A band of black right through the middle. Beautiful crimson red finnage. Bigger fish once again. Probably around the 4-inch mark, 4 or 5. And yeah, you can't go wrong. Yeah. Yeah, we've all had that happen, I think. We've all had the odd learning experience with something jumping out of the tank. I don't think it's anything to be ashamed of. I mean, I've even had tanks with lids on that fish jump out of the corner or the smallest little crack. It happens. Trifasciata, yeah. Alrighty. Bunch of A's. SB, CB, A. Probably an A then. Moderators. Is Q Aquatics going next? If so, feel free to link it up. We like Q Aquatics here on this channel. Alright, we have another beautiful blue. This is more of a navy blue fish here, or a deeper, what would it be called? Ocean blue, marine blue. We've got a Kamaka rainbow. Nice one once again. And let's fly through the Kamaka because we've got some pretty cool Pseudomugils coming up next. 2 minutes, we don't want to miss them. Still keep them in a lidless tank, but I make sure to not startle them and have ambient light when switch. Yeah, floating plants will also go a long way. Bit of frog bit or something will help. I do have rimless tanks that I don't have lids on, but always floating plants. For Lazarus S, A, A, B, 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 B. That's pretty consistent. I like it. B it is. Next. Pseudomugil luminatus. Lefty just spoke about them. Red neon, blue eye here. You can see what beautiful red body, blue sheen throughout the top of the body. Exquisite finish once again, and bright blue, luminescent eye. Luminous rainbows, you can't go wrong. Might cost you a few, but really cool. Thing about Pseudomugils as well is typically they only breed once per year, like during a period of time. So in summer, it's typically between November and January, something like that. Springtime, well, spring summer. So you want to try and replicate that in your fish tank. So if you want best breeding, and this is a theory, I haven't tested it myself, and you don't live in Australia, have a cooler time of the year and then ramp up the temperature later on. Put that luminatus in S. Thank you, Mr. Left. Your wish is my command. Thank you. 2 extra dollary dues. Oh, I changed the thing. Alright, and we might finish on this one as well, because we'll run out of time. How apt though. Punchy Paints, Pam will wake up and join the stream immediately as if being summoned. We got the Pseudomugil Melis, the Honey Blue Eye, the last one for this evening. and then we'll head over to Aquatics with the hashtag rainbow. And yeah, I'm really keen. Champing at the bit. Bit of a fun fact. It's not chomping at the bit, it's champing at the bit. Although it's interchangeable these days. Anyway, champing at the bit to get these guys back out into a pond and make more of them. AACSASASASAAS. Well, it's not quite an S, but it is an A. And luckily, that's all we can fit on the screen. So we've got half of a honey blue eye there. Very good. We'll sign off now so that we don't run over time. Really appreciate you all being here. Thanks Lefty for the $4. Appreciate that. Hope you had fun. I always have fun doing these, and that's what I wake up early for, to see all your lovely faces and interact with you all. Have a great evening, morning, good night, whatever the time happens to be there. And I'll keep doing videos and all that good stuff. So great hanging out. Hopefully you had fun. I did. And let's head over to Aquatics with the hashtag Rainbowfish. I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.